We will be transported to a country that seems sculpted by the gods, with landscapes that defy the imagination. Active volcanoes, giant glaciers, roaring waterfalls, and bubbling natural pools. Iceland is a living testament to the power and beauty of nature. Imagine that the land of our planet is not a single piece, but a giant puzzle, with several tectonic plates moving very, very slowly. Iceland is the spectacular result of the separation of two of these tectonic plates, the Eurasian plate and the North American plate. Imagine it as if the ocean floor were being ripped in half, and through this fissure, incandescent material was rising from the Earth's interior. Volcanic birth. About 20 to 25 million years ago, this rift in the Atlantic Ocean floor, known as the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, began to eject lava and other materials from the Earth's interior. Iceland is essentially a volcanic island that grew and emerged from the ocean, thanks to this constant volcanic activity. It's like a large volcanic column, rising from the seafloor. Iceland earned the nickname Land of Ice and Fire, due to the dramatic coexistence of these two opposing elements. Fire comes from its numerous active volcanoes, geysers, jets of hot water that burst from the earth, and hot springs. Ice comes from its large glaciers and ice fields, which cover a significant portion of the island. It is a place where glaciers can be found alongside newly formed lava fields. Now, about its separation from other countries and how it got there. In the mid-Atlantic, Iceland sits right in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean, strategically located on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. In fact, it is the only major landmass visible above sea level that sits directly on this fracture in the planet. The pulling apart of tectonic plates, the continents of North America, which includes countries like Canada and the US, and Europe, which includes countries like Norway and the UK, are constantly moving apart. Iceland is right in the middle of this movement. It's as if it's caught in the middle of a giant conveyor belt moving in opposite directions, placing it a considerable distance from both Europe and North America. It didn't get there by moving from somewhere else. It was born and developed at this point of tectonic plate divergence. Lack of close proximity. Due to its geological formation and oceanic location, Iceland has no close neighbors. Its closest neighbors would be Greenland, to the west, and the Faroe Islands/Norway to the east. But these distances are still considerable for the era of its colonization and for modern transportation. So Iceland didn't drift away. It formed in isolation at a point where the Earth is constantly expanding, making it one of the few places in the world where you can see tectonic plates moving apart over water. Look at a map of our planet. If you look north, in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean, between Europe and North America, you'll find Iceland. It lies below the Arctic Circle, which means that in winter the days are very short and the nights very long, perfect for seeing the aurora borealis, the northern polar version of the northern lights we mentioned earlier. In summer, the sun barely sets. A lonely Nordic island. The landscape is dominated by mountains that are actually dormant or active volcanoes, some of which still emit smoke and steam. Between them stretch miles and miles of vast fields of solidified black lava. It's like walking through a developing landscape, where the ground can be black and rocky, similar to a lunar surface. Vast masses of ice cover significant parts of the highlands. The largest of these, Vatnajökull, is the largest glacier in Europe. Imagine gigantic, blue, and towering rivers of ice shaping the landscape as they slowly move. Sunlight can make the ice glow with deep blue hues. The melting of the glaciers forms rushing rivers of turbid water, chalk-colored due to minerals, that meander through the landscape. There are also hidden lakes among the mountains, many of them vibrantly colored, such as emerald green or turquoise blue, contrasting with the black of the rocks. Amidst this desolation, places of intense geothermal activity emerge. These are areas where heat from the Earth's interior escapes, creating bubbling mud pools, fumaroles, vents containing sulfur, and natural hot springs. It's like discovering the Earth's tiny pressure cookers, which offer warm pools to relax in, even in the cold. The Icelandic highlands are so inhospitable that most roads to access them only open during the summer months, and many of them require rugged 4x4 vehicles. This is due to the difficult landscape, with rivers to cross and uneven terrain. But it is this difficulty that keeps them preserved and wild, turning a visit into a true adventure. Iceland is a true paradise for lovers of water in all its forms. Here, the icy water of glaciers meets the intense heat from the Earth's core, creating breathtaking natural spectacles. Thanks to its location in an area of intense volcanic activity, Iceland's subsoil is abundant. This geothermal energy heats the groundwater, which emerges in the form of hot springs, bubbling mud pools, and geysers. Waterfalls and hot springs are the soul of Iceland, showcasing the duality of its nature, the powerful coldness of glacial water and the bubbling heat of the planet's heart. Icelanders are descendants of the Norse Vikings who settled the island in the 9th century. This heritage is deeply rooted in the culture, language, and famous Icelandic sagas, epic tales of heroes and battles that are literary and cultural treasures. It's as if they possess a giant book of adventure stories that tells the story of their ancestors. Living in such an isolated place with such a challenging climate has fostered a strong sense of community and resilience. They are used to helping each other and value independence. Yes, it's true. A significant portion of Icelanders don't rule out the existence of elves, huldafolk, or hidden people. It's nothing to laugh about. For many, it's an integral part of folklore and culture, to the point that roads and buildings are rerouted to avoid disturbing these creatures' supposed habitats. In Iceland, most people don't use a family name as they do in our country. The surname is usually patronymic, meaning it derives from the father's, or less commonly, the mother's name. For example, if the father's name is John, the son will be Johnson, John's son, and the daughter will be Johnsdóttir, John's daughter. If you knew someone named Johnsdóttir, you would already know she was John's daughter. Iceland's capital is the northernmost capital city in the world. Despite its prime location, it's a vibrant and modern city, with a lively nightlife and a vibrant arts and culture scene. Icelandic is one of the European languages that has changed the least over the centuries. A modern Icelander can read the ancient Viking sagas with relative ease. The land of ice and fire, the most famous name for the volcanic island. So with all these reasons, would you want to marry an Icelandic woman or a Nordic Icelander? Thank you so much for watching this exploration of one of the most incredible places on our planet. What did you think? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating travel experiences. See you next time.